At this point, something deeper begins to settle in your mind, a quiet understanding that everything you've been chasing was never about shortcuts or quick wins, but about building a system that works even when you don't feel motivated, even when results are uncertain, and even when the pressure starts to build. Because real growth doesn't happen in moments of excitement, it happens in moments of discipline, when you choose to keep going, even when it's easier to stop. You start to see your work differently, not as individual videos, but as a collection, a body of work that represents your journey, your progress, and your ability to adapt over time. And this perspective changes how you evaluate success, because now one video doesn't define you, and one failure doesn't stop you. Instead, everything becomes part of a bigger picture, a bigger story that is still being written. There is also a shift in how you think about your audience, because now you don't just see viewers. You see people with expectations, with interests, with attention that must be earned and respected. And this understanding pushes you to create better, to communicate clearer, and to deliver more value. Because when you respect your audience, they respond with trust, and trust is what builds long-term success. As you continue, you begin to refine your approach even further, paying attention to small details that most people ignore, like pacing, clarity, delivery, and structure, because you realize that small improvements, when applied consistently, lead to significant results over time, and this attention to detail becomes one of your strongest advantages. But the journey is not without its challenges, because there will always be moments of doubt, moments where you question whether your efforts are worth it, moments where progress feels slow or invisible, and in those moments, your mindset becomes your strongest asset, because the ability to stay consistent during uncertainty is what separates those who succeed from those who quit. You begin to understand that success is not built overnight, and it is not built through random effort, but through intentional action repeated over time with focus and discipline. And once you accept that, your entire approach becomes more grounded, more realistic, and more effective, because now you are working with the process instead of against it. There is a quiet confidence that starts to grow within you, not loud or arrogant, but steady and earned, because now you have seen progress, you have experienced growth, and you have proven to yourself that your efforts can lead to results, and that confidence becomes the fuel that keeps you moving forward. And finally, you reach a point where you no longer see this journey as something temporary, but as something meaningful, something that has shaped you, challenged you, and transformed you into a more focused, disciplined, and aware version of yourself. And that realization is powerful, because it means the journey itself has already given you something valuable: growth. So as you continue forward, remember this: success is not just about reaching a destination. It is about who you become along the way. And the discipline, patience, and consistency you build during this journey are the same qualities that will define your future long after the videos, the views, and the trends have changed.